Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Both from the 19th hole. Got a little bit of Tour 5 material here for you all, the new Dreaded Dunes course. This is going to be played in the upcoming Dreaded Dunes tournament. And this is the course that you will see from the first tee for the rookie. I didn't get quite all the holes, but I got 7 out of 9 of the holes. The only 2 holes I lack were 2 of the par 3s, which, for whatever reason, it was very hard to get par 3s on this course. Yeah, go figure. So I'm going to show you what I got, and I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of tips here to kind of help you while you're practicing. First, we got hole number 1 here. And the way that we're going to play this hole is going to be with an extra mile. And you want to try to get into thorn range. So you're going to play your extra mile here. I'll play a plus 10% here, elevation change on this shot. There aren't a ton of elevation changes here in this course. There's a few holes with a couple higher, but most of them are fairly minimal. So you just want to use topspin and right spin on this drive. You're going to adjust for your wind here. I went with the katana ball here with that extra side spin to the right and a little bit extra power here. If you have lower level clubs, that little extra power may be a good way to go, especially if you don't have a club with a lot of curl. That extra side spin can definitely make up for that lack of curl you have. You do want to make sure you have the shot going to the right-hand side for sure. Stay away from that bunker on the left. So you want to get up the fairway enough where you have a shot at it with the thorn. If not, you're going to have a long iron. And if you're going to go long iron, then you want to go with kind of like a backbone. I like the backbone because of its accuracy and the backspin that you can use with the backbone. So as you can see here, we're really taking this shot pretty much at max thorn, which is okay. I would rather be taking this shot at more of a mid thorn, but you know, max thorn will definitely do. So go with a couple bars of backspin here. I play this shot at 0% elevation. It's really kind of tough to tell the elevation on the second shot because the fairway kind of dips down from your point of hitting the ball, and then comes back up to your landing point. See, the fairway goes down, but then it goes back up. So it kind of feels like you end up at about the same elevation on your landing zone right there. We came in just to the right edge of this hole. I think 0% is definitely the way to go on this hole for your second shot. All right, next hole we have is hole 3. We did not find hole 2, which was one of the par 3s. Unfortunately, yeah, that sucks. But hole 3 here is a long par 5. And I definitely recommend power 2, power 3 ball. I would say go with the power 3 ball here. As you see here, I play this one with a power 1 ball, as I was just kind of messing with things here. And I'm going with the big topper here on this particular drive. Maybe I don't. Yeah, okay, I bumped up for a power 2 ball. Nice. All right, so I'm still going with the big topper here. You could definitely play this shot with the extra mile. Top spin, right spin. You're going to play your shot, you know, with the edge of your yellow ring right there along the rough line. And then, you know, play your curl amount depending on what kind of a wind you have. So if you have a right to left wind, you definitely want to use right curl. If you have a left to right wind like I have here, then you really don't need curl because the wind's going to kind of do the work for you. I do hit great to the left. So, you know, if you feel like you're a great left ball hitter, then a little bit of right curl would definitely not hurt you in that situation. But we're going to be okay here. We do have our Viper on. So as you see for my second shot here, no, I have the big dog on. So for my second shot here, I'm going with backspin. There's quite a bit of a drop off from the edge of that fringe line down to the hole. So you want to use backspin. You want to let the ball just go right over to the edge of the fringe and then roll down to the hole from there. For the second shot here, we're going to play 0%. Again, it kind of feels like, you know, you end up at about the same elevation as you take the shot from in the end. You know, kind of goes up, but then goes back down. So, you know, in the end, it feels kind of like we end up at about the same location as far as elevation goes. So we use backspin here. Comes in pretty nice, I would say. You can go a little bit more backspin. It's going to be a difficult hole to dial in, especially in the rookie with the ball guides that we have at our disposal in rookie. All right, now we're to the lone par 3 that I was able to get, hole number 4, and I got it twice. So we're going to be playing this one I would definitely say play this one with like a quasar or something like that. I would tighten in because that's just what I had in when I played the hole previously that this was connected to. But I definitely like the backbone because you want to have backspin for this shot. And I go with I go with my backspin here, about 4.5 bars. And we have a straight headwind, so we're going to line up our third bounce just a little bit past the hole there. As you can see, we make our adjustment for a plus 10% elevation change with this 4.5 headwind. And as you're going to see, we do hit the great right shot here. And it's going to come in a little bit short and a little bit to the right. So if we had not hit great right, we definitely would have been right on line with the hole, but we would have still been short. It's a really tough shot with headwind. I don't foresee us having that same headwind in the tournament. So you will want to use that full 5 bars of backspin on that shot. As you see here, it's another version of this shot with a little bit more of a right to left headwind, but we went with full 5 bars of backspin this time. And, we're actually going to come up a little bit shorter even on this time. This was actually my first attempt at the hole. The previous shot was my second attempt at the hole, so I did take a little bit of backspin off on my second attempt compared to my first attempt, just to kind of see how that goes. And I like that. So we still come in pretty nice, and not a bad shot. It's going to be a tough hole to dial in, but hopefully you all can get it. All right, so coming up here is hole number 5, and I got to show you several different things that you can think about when we're playing hole number 5. And a lot of it depends on what kind of wind we have. So right away off the tee box, we're going to play a plus 10% on our drive here. And with this wind, I have a right to left side wind. So if you are playing rookie, you don't have hugely high level clubs, this is going to be more of the type of shot that you're going to make, is just trying to bounce it over up the fairway and, just try to get some decent roll on the shot. You can go with the quasar here. You can go with a katana ball. If you're just trying to do this, I would not recommend going anything higher than that. So we just go with our, wind adjustment for plus 10% elevation. And we're going to hit the shot just regular here. And this is the ultra conservative approach on this hole, in my opinion. You still get pretty far up this fairway, which means you're going to be in thorn range for your second shot. So, conservative and you're still in thorn range for your second shot. That's not actually too bad. So for the second shot here, we're going to be going with the thorn. We're going to be playing it pretty much at about, 75% club, I would say. And basically for that, you just find your mid, your max adjustment, and then play the shot right in between those two numbers for a 75% club. So we're really not messing with any spins here on this shot. Just trying to line up that bounce with the ball guide going straight at the hole. We make our adjustment here for our shot. 0% at 5.8 miles per hour. If that shot could be a little bit uphill, maybe like a minus 5% uphill, but it's kind of really tough to tell with the way that these fairways go up and down so much. But we came in there. That's the way I would play, the conservative way. Now we have a straight headwind, very, very low percentage chance that we'll get this, but in tour play you may get this. And this is definitely a way to go at it. We're going with the big topper here. We're going to go with the 3-hop bounce to that third fairway. And each fairway is a different elevation going down. So this kind of a shot will help and work as long as you get that bounce up into the air. It will carry. So we're going with the quasar ball here. And as you can see, we're just going with the big topper. A little tiny bit of overpower and not much. But it's such a huge fairway, you have a lot of room for error here. You see my first bounce there, my second bounce, and then my third bounce up onto the fairway, and that right there leaves a nice little thorn shot. I would play that one at 0% for that second shot. That looks pretty flat. All right, so this is the one that a lot of people are going to be playing if we get a tailwind on this hole. It's going to require extra mile. I've got extra mile 5 here. And I'm going to use a berserker ball. We are going to be going to get as close to, or if not on the green, on this shot, and that's really going to depend on whether or not you want to go full out sails and hit the complete overpower shot. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to go with the extra mile 5, the Berserker, and we're going to try to get up to that green as close as we can. So if you pull your shot into overpower and your ball's not getting to the fairway, then it's going to be kind of sketchy. It may not even be worth it. But if you're already at the fairway without even being overpower, it's definitely a shot that works. So adjust for your wind, then you're going to push up your shot. I played that one at plus 10%. It may adjust a little bit farther because you are going to a much lower level, but it looks like it hit the landing location pretty good right there. Is at plus 10%. As you see, I did not go completely full overpower, and if I had, I may have rolled that ball onto the green. But you know, you're right there on the edge of the green with pretty much a mid-range Firefly, and it seems like there's a pretty nice little funnel on the right side of this green going into the hole. I've seen some videos of some people hitting that little funnel, and as long as you get it lined up and you hit the perfect shot, it's going to go in from this location. So perfect is key. As you see the perfect, and you see the ball going in for the eagle. I really think this may become one of those par 4s that is a must eagle, especially if we have a tailwind in the tournament. Moving on to hole number 6 here. We're going to be playing this one at a plus 10% elevation off the tee box. And, you know, I would definitely recommend a Titan ball, an extra mile. I play this one with the Viper, but I really suggest taking your big dog on this hole because the big dog is going to offer you a much higher curl rate than the Viper. And you do want that curl for the second shot here. And you're going to see why here in a moment. So on the drive, you know, plus 10%, and we're just going to try to hit this ball up the middle as far as you can. The farther you get up this fairway, the better position you're going to be for your second shot, and it's going to be much easier to get to the green in 2. So we adjust for our wind here at plus 10% on this shot, and the amount of overpower you want to get, definitely up to you. But do keep in mind there is rough on the left and sand on the right. So you definitely want to make sure whatever amount of power you decide to go with, it's one that you can manage to hit the perfect with as well. So we get this one 350 yards. And you're going to see me here with my Viper, you know, trying to figure out what I want to do. If you have your big dog, you're going to be able to aim it much farther up. You will not need to use the top spin that you see me using with the Viper. You do, however, want to use full right spin, and you want to use full right curl with your big dog. And if you do that correctly, you use the proper spins, you can be on the green in 2, playing it from this location. I played a plus 20% downhill on this shot for the second shot. So I use my full curl, I hit it perfect, and you're just going to see it come in. It comes in really nice, but you know, you can see that the only thing it really lacked was that extra curl, which the big dog would have offered. So for that reason, I say make sure you bring your big dog for that second shot. Pretty easy chip there from that location with the Firefly. You know, you just ratchet up that top spin. It's a very nice green. I haven't seen any greens on this course that would be worth being concerned about. They all have pretty accurate true rolls, it seems like, so nothing tricky as far as the green play goes here on this course. All right, we've got hole number 8 is next. We weren't able to get 7. 7 was one of those other par 3s that just wouldn't cooperate with us. So we got 8 next. Plus 10% for the drive. Quasar or Katana ball would work here. I definitely would say extra mile, backbone, and thorn. You want backspin for the second shot. So we're going to go with the Quasar here. And, you know, you can use a Quasar. I probably would suggest Quasar for sure. You probably do not need anything higher than a Quasar. But if you have a Katana and you want to use it, that's up to you. So we're playing to the right-hand side here with top spin and right spin. We just want to make an accurate drive here and set ourselves up the fairway. Of course, the farther up the fairway we go, the better chance we have to get into our thorn range. And you see I had plenty of room still to go up that fairway, so maybe we could have put a little bit of overpower on that, but you definitely want to make sure you don't land into the bunker off your tee shot. So here we go. I've got the backbone here. Going to be right at max level. If I had had more of a tailwind, I probably would have been playing this shot as a max level thorn and having to go with a little bit of topspin. But here we have our backbone. We went with a little bit of backspin. We lined it up with the hole, and then we're going to make our adjustment here. We played 0% on this shot's second shot adjustment. As you see, we bounce it nicely, we get the nice roll, and we drop it for the eagle. So 0% worked out well for me on that hole with the backbone. So if you are lining up that shot and you do kind of feel like a little bit of a glitch while you're lining it up, then just use right spin to direct the shot back towards the hole. So we got hole number 9 is next. And you're going to see a couple different ways to play hole number 9 here. Just a couple. So the first way, we're going to play both times to the right side. One time you're going to see a second shot rough bump, and then one time you're going to see a second shot skip shot over the bunker. So top spin and right spin here. I definitely would probably recommend a katana ball for that extra power and right spin on this shot. You do want to use curl like I did here. And as you see here, we do hit the rough and we roll out. So when you find yourself in this situation, you're probably going to be looking at a skip over shot because you're not going to have enough distance to go for the rough bump. So for that reason, we got to go for the skip over shot. Now, I played this shot at a plus 40% for the elevation change. It is pretty decent downhill. And, you know, it's tough to find that perfect spin because you don't want to use too much spin here on this hole. You want the ball just to kind of dribble onto the green and let it roll down towards the hole. So we went with 1 bar of top spin. We did that because we did not want to risk landing into the rough on our second bounce with that headwind, because we have a little bit of a compressed ball guide here on this shot. So we get the bounce, and we get the nice roll onto the green, and not a bad shot right there. We hit great right. We ended up pretty great right, so perfect shot would have been very close to the hole, I think. So for this next attempt at hole number 9, we're going to play it pretty much the same way, except we're actually going to find ourselves in position for a chance at a rough bump with the Viper. This time we also go with the katana ball. And we play this drive actually this time at 0%. We played this one at 0%. It looks like a pretty flat fairway to the land point, so I think 0% is probably the way to go on this drive. So full top spin and right spin. As you see, edge of the yellow ring along the edge of the rough line. We make our adjustment for the wind. And then we are going to use the katana with our right curl to kind of counteract that right to left wind. If I had left to right wind, I would not have used that curl. So we get a good bounce there. We roll up the fairway, 305 yards, and that's going to put us in position for a chance at what I end up doing is the rough bump. So I'm going to look back here. The other option would be to play a skip shot over the bunker. You probably would want something better than the backbone, maybe like the Goliath if you wanted to try to play that shot. But I really like this look at the rough bump. Plus 40% for the elevation change. And the only thing that I don't do here is I kind of don't give that ball guide the respect it deserves, because you know the ball guide isn't fully developed here with this Viper. And so even though it shows the ball going short, with it being such downhill, it is going to roll downhill pretty quickly. So we need to shorten up the the trajectory of that ball got a little bit on that shot. But definitely something that can be thought of and worked in and hopefully dialed in for the tournament. All right, thank you very much. Hopefully you all enjoyed the tip. Sorry we couldn't get all of the holes, but 7 out of 9, not too bad. Definitely check me out on Facebook. My Golf Clash community is Golf Clash the 19th hole. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, please, and subscribe to the channel. If you would like updates on future videos and live streams, definitely set up those notifications so that you can be alerted when I do release videos and go live. So until next time, thank you very much. Have a good day. God bless.